everybody, this is Tim from the Marching Roundtable. We are here at Style Plus, and we are talking about your best rehearsal scheduling tips. Rehearsals are what we do, and we want to get the most out of them. What do you guys have to say?
I think that you need to know what it is that you want to accomplish within that set time. So if you have a 3-hour rehearsal, you always... I think we always build.
Are you saying I should plan?
You should plan.
What I'm going to do?
Plan.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but I'm making a joke, but I think a lot of times people do just sort of show up.
You should definitely have a plan.
And another thing is communicate that plan to the kids so that they know.
And the staff, the rest of the staff.
Yeah. So that is understood going into that rehearsal.
I know for us, when we go to championships, we have to pay for a time. So if you're paying $100 an hour and you go in and you wing it, you're wasting money and time.
So you should treat every rehearsal like you're having to pay.
Right. Well, and I think, Janelle comes from the independent world perspective, and I have that perspective too, that you almost always pay for a facility. Now, the school, your team is a little bit of a different story.
Definitely.
So it's definitely, the plan is everything.
But the time is still super valuable.
It is.
It is.
You have
so I think that,
coming in.
I think in Colorguard, we're used to starting with a little bit of a warm-up. I think everyone, band and drumline, everyone has that little bit of time for a warm-up. So I think you allot for a little bit of time for that. But you need to get right in there, execute the plan. And as the director, you take the lead on that. That's your call. And make sure your staff's on board.
So I also think sticking with the plan and then make sure you have a fallback. If something happens, if you go in there with a plan and you're going to work this portion and all of a sudden that one main person that needs
is absent,
you got to be ready for the backup.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Well, let's see what the experts have to say.
I try to start at the beginning. You do your basic technique blocks. And that's great, but it gets really boring just to stand there and do tendus and dégagés all day and pliés. It gets really boring to stand there and do drop spins. But technique is super, super, super important to everything that we do. Once we learn our show and we have choreography in, we'll start to alter our tech block and the things that we do so that we're cleaning as we're doing tech block. We'll take combinations movement-wise that are in the show and those become our across the floors. So as we're cleaning the technique within that, it's also translating into cleaning the show. So when we actually go into the parts of the show, we can look at the bigger picture instead of saying, oh, we need to clean those 12 counts again. We've already worked on it within our tech block.
First of all, when rehearsal starts. That doesn't mean that the truck or the guard room is getting unloaded at that time. That means that everything is done, ready to go, and the minute you're allowed into the gymnasium, everything should be set up within 10 minutes. The kids have 10 minutes to set up everything, and they're doing their first plie, their first stretch, their first whatever of the day. The better it is, and you have to force the members to get on board with how that process goes. We've got it to a point where I can be in and out of a gym in 14 minutes. Literally, we've got it down to 14 minutes. Set up, set down, 14 minutes, done.
Okay, well, I do want to say that I think it's important to have a plan, but this is something I know some people do that I really like. This might be controversial. I don't know what everybody's going to think, but I like the idea of saying, okay, students, here's what we want to get accomplished today. And when we get it done, we stop. I love this idea, and I know people that are very successful with this, and they say, we're going to fix this, this, and this. I think it's going to take our hour and a half, but you know what? If we get done in an hour 15, we've accomplished it. You can go home early. I can tell you this is a real motivator because I have the belief that a lot of people use the amount of time they have. If you have 4, you'll use it. If you have 2, you'll use it. Right. So I love this. I have seen this be very effective to motivating students where you say, okay, here's our goal, and when we get it done, we're done. And then stick to it.
I like that.
And so, on another note for rehearsals and scheduling, make sure you have parents there. Make sure you have somebody that is with like the first day that you have that on hand, that you sort of planned ahead to make that everything is covered. If something goes wrong, you have a parent there that can help out in that sense.
Yeah, and check out what the rules are, of course, for your area and your school system for all that stuff. But having that parent help and adults who are responsible can really help you not have to be there every second.
Yeah. Yes.
Guys, great discussion. Good luck, everybody, scheduling your rehearsals. Get the most out of them as you can. More about rehearsals at the Marching Roundtable.